Hi, my name is Jose.
Hi, my name is Ham.
Hi, my name is Javier, and we're going to be demonstrating our AC circuit demo. First off, we're going to place our ground. And after our ground, we're going to place our AC power source. Then we'll place our resistor, our R1 being 6.8K. R2 being 100 ohms. And I rotate it. That's not. I rotate it. And we're going to connect these wires. Ground wire to black. And now we're going to bring out our oscilloscope. Channel A, which is channel 1, will go to the positive side of the voltage source. And the other side will go to the negative. While channel B will go to R2. Top side of R2, and then the bottom side of R2. Alright. We're going to change our voltage to 5 volts. We're going to run our oscilloscope. Check our volt peak to peak on our channel A, which is our voltage source. Comes out to 14.121. Alright, so we measure the peak to peak, which comes out to 14.121 volts. So we're going to measure the period now. To Y value set to 0. Y value set to 0. Comes out to 16.667 milliseconds. So to find the frequency, we're going to do 1 divided by 16. So to figure out our frequency, we're going to do 1 divided by 16.667. Comes out to 0.059, and to find the VRMS, we're going to do 0.707 divided by half of the voltage peak to peak, which is 7.05. 515 is equal to 4.98. Now as for channel 2, the voltage peak to peak for channel 2 is 204 millivolts. Which comes out to 0.204 voltage peak to peak. And to find our period, comes out to 16.667, which that, to find the frequency of that, 1 divided by 16.6. 16.667 is equal to 0.059. So So to find the voltage RMS for channel 2, we do 0.707 multiplied by half of the voltage peak to peak, which is 0.102, which equals 0.072.
Okay, so today we'll be demonstrating our AC circuit with a 6.8K resistor and a 100 ohms resistor. So first of all, we already set up the circuit, so we have our functional generator connected to our positive power source, voltage source, and then connected to ground here. And then we have our voltmeter connected to left of R1 and ground of R2, well, bottom of R2. And we have our oscilloscope in channel 1 connected to the power source up here, as well as ground down here. And then for our oscilloscope on channel 2, we'll be connected to our R2 on the top, and then our ground at the bottom here. We're going to be turning off our channel 2 here so that we can measure our voltage input on channel 1. You just have to scale that, move that a little bit up so that is at a nice 0, so that we can find our peak to peak. Just move that down to the closest line, and it looks to be at least 1, 2, 3 divs, but each div is going to be about 5 volts. You take that, you multiply together, and you get 3 times 5. You have 15 volts for our peak to peak. And then we'll be positioning this back to where y equals 0. No, x equals 0, so that we can find our period between 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3.3 in terms of our period, but it's going to be multiplied by our time, which is 5 milliseconds. So you will multiply that by 5 times 10 to the negative third for our milliseconds. So our time is going to be 0.0165 milliseconds. Sorry, 0.0165 in terms of our period. And then to find our frequency, we take 1 and divide it by our time, which is going to be 60.6 hertz in terms of our frequency. And then we continue on and we take our peak to peak, which is 15, we divide it by 2, and then we multiply that by 0.707 to find our VRMS, which is 5.3. And then continue on, we'll be moving our channel 1 off and turning our channel 2 on. Just make sure that it's running, get an accurate measurement, stop that there, position it to the bottom. Notice that our channel 2 is going to be at a different div, which is going to be at 50 millivolts. Right, so it looks like on our channel 2, it looks like it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.2 for our peak to peak here, multiplied by our div, which is 50 millivolts. So times 50 to 10 to the negative third, and our peak to peak will be 0.21 millivolts. Nope, that's just peak to peak. Yeah. And then from there we can just go into our period. And our period looks like we're starting off at 0 here. Let me see if I can set that to 0. And then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 3.4 in terms of our period, multiplied by 5 milliseconds. So it's going to be 3.4 multiplied by 5 times 10 to the negative 3 for our millisecond. And that is going to be our period, which is 0.017. We multiply that. Oh, not multiply, I'm sorry. You take 1 and you divide it by 0.017 to find our frequency, which is at 58.82 hertz. And then to find our VRMS, we just take our peak to peak, which I believe was 0.21. So 0.21 divided by 2 multiplied by 0.707 to find our VRMS, which is going to be 0.0742 VRMS for our channel 2 resistor. And that should conclude the old way of counting this.
So guys, now I'm gonna show you the new school measurements with the oscilloscope. The first thing you know is the turn on the channel 1. So yeah, for the voltage source. The second you do is the push select measurements channel 1, right? The first measurement is peak to peak. You select voltage. You need to select voltage peak to peak. So you click select, right? And then you have the peak to peak is 14.5. The second measurement is VRS. So you select measurements again, voltage, find the VRS. Select, and then you have the VRS measurement 4.95 volts. The second measurement is the time of period. You select time, find the period of time in the cell, and then you have the period of time is 60.6080 milliseconds. The second thing you need to find, to select measurements again. Time is the frequency. Find the frequency, select, and then you have the frequency is 60.24 hertz. Right. So now I'm gonna show you the channel 2 or resistor 2. So to on the channel 2 and to off channel 1. The first thing you need the measurement. Select the measurement peak to peak voltage. Select peak to peak. And now you have the peak to peak from the resistor 2, 280 millivolts. So the second measurement is measurement VRS. Select measurements, voltage, find the VRS. Select, and now you have the VRS measurement from the resistor 2 is 70.4 millivolts. The second measurement is the measurement time or period is the same. Find the period, select, and then you have the period is 16.60 milliseconds. Okay, the last measurement, select measure, find the measurement frequency, select time, find the frequency, and then select. Now you have the frequency is equal to 60.44 hertz. Thank you guys and have a nice day.